Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you've only just started out in film photography and are looking online for cameras and film and stuff, and you think to yourself, blimey, this is quite expensive to get into, I think I'll just put the brakes on a little bit, have a little look around and think again, because there are some bargains out there and some great cameras and also some film as well that you can get hold of relatively inexpensive and enjoy. For example, I've recently been going out and shooting my Chinon CS 35mm camera here, which is an M42 Fit camera. M42 is the thread, the size of the thread on the lens. It's quite popular. There's a lot of cameras with M42, and the lenses are relatively inexpensive, obviously depending on which ones you get. The one I've got here is a Chinon CS 35mm camera. I've had this for quite some time, and I've also got a Pentax Spotmatic F as well. And looking on eBay, these two cameras are quite well priced. The Chinon being the cheaper of the two. And this camera, this Chinon camera here, has never failed me. The light meter works, all the shutter speeds work, the self timer works. It feels quite nice in the hands, it's quite heavy, and it's got a nice mirror slap, and I enjoy using it. Recently I went out and shot some pigeons with it, and I took two other lenses with me. I took out a 135 M42 Fit lens that fits both of these cameras, and also I've got a 28mm Hanimex lens as well, and a 50mm lens for both of these cameras. The 50mm, I've got a Pentax and a Chinon, which was probably a standard fit back in the day for those cameras. And again, they're relatively inexpensive online as well. So the other day I took out 3 lenses with the Chinon, just for shits and giggles really. Went out and take photographs of pigeons. And sometimes hit and miss with pigeons, isn't it? They're flying around. As long as they don't poo on you, you'll be all right. But I was just out there taking photographs of pigeons and seeing what I got. Wasn't really interested in compositions, as long as I can get these pigeons flying. And 1 or 2 shots out of the whole roll that I shot might come back quite nice. A couple did. And apparently I heard that pigeons were invented by King Henry VIII. Apparently he crossed a dove with a squirrel and he came out with a pigeon. So a couple of days later, I was a little bit bored indoors, I had a bit of spare time, so I set up a real simple scene in this room here. I wanted to take some pictures of some shells, again using the Chinon CS 35mm camera with a 50mm lens. And I'll just show you what I was up to, how I set these scenes up, and the results that I got from this camera. So today I'll be taking pictures of a couple of shells that I've got on this little simple background that I've put down there. A little bit of white background, bit of paper, craft paper, nice large window behind me to get some nice natural window light coming through. And I've got the Chinon CS as well. Chinon, however you want to say it, I'll call it a Chinon. Chinon CS, and inside there is a roll of ORWO 100 UN54 film that I bought in bulk and rolled them myself. So, cheap as chips, that film when I'm buying it in bulk and loading it myself. So that's inside the camera already. I've done a light meter reading on my phone app, which gave me 1/15 of a second, 5.6 aperture with the 100 speed film. And so far, touch wood, this camera has never failed me. The light meter works, the shutter speeds work, the self timer works, it cocks, there's no light leaks, as far as I know. It's great, and I like using this camera, I like shooting it. Even if the light meter didn't work, you saw I used the light, my phone app for this light reading on here. And even if the self timer didn't work, that doesn't bother me, because I hardly use that on any of the cameras anyway. As long as the body works and it takes light in through the lens onto the film without any leaks, and the speeds all work, great, it's all good to go. So I've just composed the camera on the shell. I'm shooting this in portrait mode, 1/15 of a second, 5.6. The lens on this camera is a 55mm 1.7 Chinon lens. Works perfectly with this camera, M42 Screw Fit. That will go on many other, obviously, M42 cameras, but I've got it on this one. Let's take the first shot. Just listen to this mirror slap. I love it. Bosh. And I'm going to take another shot. I'm going to come down the aperture by 1 stop, so I'll go to 1/30th of a second, f4. 1/60th of a second this time, f2.8. So I've given myself 3 shots, each one with a more shallower depth of field, just see how they look. Let's change the shell over. And off we go again. 1/15th, 1/30th at f4, (1/60th) at f2.8. So that's it, I've done 2 shells, 3 different apertures on each one, so that's 6 photographs I've got. I've got one more shell to do, I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'm going to cut the film out of the camera that I've shot or exposed, and I'm just going to develop that and save the rest for another day. I don't need to shoot a whole roll of 30 odd what I've got in there, just those 6 so far, and another 3 will do me. So 9 shots, I'll cut that out of the camera and just develop those 9 shots for scanning. In fact, I'm going to be going in the darkroom and making prints with these. And you can see the darkroom behind me, it's a shed in my garden. So my wife's out shopping, I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to do my development. I'm using Rodnol, which is a good developer, lasts for a long time. This is R09, but it's the same stuff, Rodnol, and all I need is just 14 millilitres of that stuff in my water, which will make 350 ml for my film. The film's already in there, cut out the camera, and I just need to develop this for 6 minutes. With normal inversions, I do 5 inversions every minute on the minute. In it goes. So when you're looking to get into film photography and you start looking at cameras and you start asking for advice online, what camera should I get? You'll probably get some usual suspects like the Canon AE1, the Pentax K1000, your Nikon F3s, etc. They're quite expensive cameras, but if you look around at these sort of cameras, you can get real good bargains, and if they work and the shutter speeds are working, you're going to get a really good camera to use for quite some time. I've always gone for the M42 fits because I've got quite a few M42 lenses, so all I need to do is go online if I want to find another camera, look for an M42 body, and then I know that I can put any of these lenses on it. As long as the camera works, the shutter speeds work. I'm not interested in the light meter or the timer, it doesn't really float me boat. As long as the shutter speeds are working, or at least even the 1/25th or 1/60th and higher are working, then I'm okay to shoot. Bulb mode, if that's working, great, I can do some long exposures, but there are some bargains out there if you have a look around. It doesn't need to be expensive. Film doesn't need to be expensive. And even when it comes down to choosing what film, if you're going to start looking at Kodaks, and some other films, they are quite relatively expensive. You're looking at £10 a roll. I don't know what that is in dollars, maybe $12, $14 a roll. But if you look at some more inexpensive films like your Pans, even Ilford, some Ilford films are about £5 a roll. And if you use it sparingly, if you're going to shoot 1 roll a week, what's that? £5 a week, price of a cup of coffee a week. It comes down in price, and it comes down even more if you decide to start bulk loading your film. I've got a bulk loader there that I use quite often, and I buy some film in 100-foot rolls. You can see I've got a Pan 400 there, ORWO UN54 there, and also KENTMERE Pan 400 speed film there. They're all 100-foot rolls, and I put them in my bulk loader. I save my cassettes, and I can make my own rolls of film using these cassettes and my bulk loader, and that works out probably about £3.5 a roll, so bringing the cost for me down even more, which means I can just go out and shoot and have fun like I did with the Pigeons and like I did with the Shell. So I'm going to get out in a moment. It's pretty naff out there, it's a little bit drizzly, a bit rainy. I'm actually going to put some Kodak Tmax 400 inside this camera. That's another beast entirely. But I'm going to go out with that. I'm going to push it 2 stops. It's a bit flat, so I'm going to push the film just to get a bit more contrast. Be interesting to see what sort of reflections I get off of the floor in the rain. See what happens. I'm going to stick the GoPro on top of the Chinon CS35. It's raining. It's a little bit drizzly, so I'm going to put this on top of the camera. You can see my view. So I just took a load of random shots around the streets. Lucky enough it stopped raining, but puddles weren't as much as I wanted them to be. But still, let's get back, develop, to see what I've got, eh? That's the fun in it. Why am I getting in the back door? I'm driving. What is it with women? Whenever you go to a supermarket, they have this kind of portal they could just dive into and you never find them, and they just pop up somewhere else, like a time tunnel. There you are. I'm looking everywhere for you.
Alright. Where's your mask? I'm propped in.
Okay. So I got back and developed the film in Kodak D76 for 10 minutes at stock, and you notice that some of the images are quite punchy. I think I've got some trouble with the light meter on this camera. It's a little bit slow at trying to get to where it needs to be, so I'm holding it up and I'll see the light meter at correct position, take me shot, and all of a sudden it just changes and stays. So I think I just need to slow down a little bit with that camera with the light meters concerned and get me shots that way. Hey, it is what it is, an old camera. But for 12 quid like I saw on eBay, you can't go wrong. So I eventually found my wife, got back, developed the film, showed you guys the pictures that I've got. And getting back to the whole point of this video is film can be as expensive or inexpensive as you want it to be. Just because there's a lot of cameras out there that cost quite a lot of money doesn't go to say there's some real gems sitting there that maybe you haven't heard of that are still good cameras and have got good lenses, and you can go out and shoot film and enjoy yourself. And as for shooting film, if you want to save yourself some money, have a look at a bulk loader, buy stuff in bulk. These are 100 foot, this is a KENTMERE 400, 100 foot, I think it cost me about 50 quid, so I'll get about maybe 15 to 18 rolls out of it. Do the math yourself, it's cheaper than buying it at normal price online. Maybe comes out about three and a half quid. I think so, something like that. All you need is a bulk loader and a few spare cassettes, like I said to you earlier on. But you know, like I said, it's as inexpensive or as expensive as you want it to be. And if anyone out there is watching this, leave us a comment. What if you're shooting film on a budget? I'd love to hear how you're getting around it, and obviously other people would as well. So leave a little comment in there for me and others to read. Thanks very much, guys, for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep shooting, and I'll catch you next time.